Chavis's motor cow I built for him probably 9 months ago. We're gonna cut it out and trim it up and get it ready for him. And if you don't know who Jay Chavis is, and if you race go-karts, you ought to know who Jay Chavis is. If you don't, you need to look up Chavis Racing Products. And he's one of the winningest go-kart racers there are, and he's a good buddy of mine. We both do a lot of fiberglass work, done a lot of things together. But anyway, back to what we're doing. This is Jay's bottom pan that we made up here at Triad, and then motor cowling. I'll show you that in a minute. This is the face plate, and we're going to drill the holes in these where we can mount that metal base pan into that bottom pan where it'll fit on the midsection, correct? And if he wants these two holes in the front drilled to put hoses up to it like we used to do, he's going to have to drill them himself. Because I don't know if he's doing that or not. He's over in somewhere near Columbia, South Carolina racing this weekend, so I ain't talked to him. But here's what we want to do, or here's what I want to tell you. When we get to working with these things, let me stand up, let this walker brace me, and we're going to use a diamond saw, drill, some jigs that we made to where everything's the same. If I got to do something more than 3 times, I'm going to make a jig for it. There's no point in reinventing the wheel every day. So one of the main things I want to emphasize is when you're doing this, you need to do it safely. And when I say safety, I got a downdraft table. I need to clean out the intake a little bit. It's not working as good as it should. But most people wear these to keep from getting dust in their lungs, which you should when you're grinding and sawing and drilling. But I'm not allowed to use one of these because my heart, this thing will overwork your heart, so I don't get to use that. I have to use fresh air supplied because that doesn't put a load on my heart. And if you're cutting out stuff like this, carbon fiber, you do not want to breathe that. That's like cutting up razor blades and inhaling them. You don't want to do that. That and all these fancy carbon stuff we make, like I said, that's a cutout from a drag plate. You don't want to breathe, you don't even want to breathe the fiberglass dust. So this is what I got to take care of that. You really don't want that dust all over your hands, so you ought to wear some gloves, especially if you're using a diamond saw. And I preach safety because I've learned the hard way. If you don't practice safety, you do stuff like this. I don't have a thumb anymore because I ran through a table saw in 1983. But anyway, I didn't get this far by being careful, but if I'm going to get very much further, I might start being careful. So I'm going to wear these gloves, run this diamond saw. The other thing you need to wear, I got to get up here and get it. And I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stand up, so just bear with me. Got to have ear protection, which is hard to wear with this thing. But we're going to see if we can make it work. And now, like I said, this is the downdraft table. I'm not going to turn it. Normally I would turn on the downdraft table and that fan, but that fan makes so much noise. It's off. bigger hole than what Mercury runs, but you make horsepower with air and fuel. So we want all the air we can get. And our faceplate that goes on here covers up all that. And we end up cutting a notch up here, and we cut a big notch in the bottom. And our faceplate is a lot more, has more projection than the Mercury plate, and we usually space it out a little bit more anyway, because we want more air to the motor. So we'll end up spacing it out and drilling these 4 holes, and that's what these 4 holes are for. And it covers up that big hole I just cut in there.